What's up, losers? You may have seen me floating around this corner of the internet before, and if you haven't, that's okay. If you have, you're probably wondering,
Corey, why are you here? Did you move channels? Why is your name different?
and if you've never seen me before, you're probably wondering, who are you? Why are you in my house? Blah, blah, blah. Fret not, I have answers for both of you, as this is a super awesome, spectacular Q&A! I asked you guys over on my old channel to ask me some questions for this video, and that received a lot of love. Luckily for all of us though, I did manage to find some questions that I got forever ago when I was planning on doing a Q&A and just never answered them. Anyways, what are your favorite foods? OMG, a basic question. That's not at all a basic question. My favorite food tends to be just whatever is my current comfort food, but I also fall back on anything that's made from chicken in all honesty. Why are you so judgmental? I don't think I'm a judgmental person. Personality or looks? Definitely personality. I know it's such a cliche, but you really shouldn't judge a book by its cover, you know? How big is it? It's about this big. Favorite color? Baby pink. Favorite animal? Bats. Favorite YouTuber? That's a pretty hard question for me, so I'll break it down in a few categories. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Ethan Nestor. I know he's not super big in gaming content anymore, but for nostalgic purposes. Tuv, Papa Meat, Nexpo. Conjure Jasper, Zombie Tooth, Beetle Babe. Favorite feeling? Putting on clothes fresh out of the dryer after taking a nice long shower before going to bed. Favorite person? I have a few. Addie, Theo, Ollie, Lex, Jacob, Nick, May, Talon. Least favorite color? Hex code number B0B664. Least favorite animal? Shoebill stork. Actually terrifying. Least favorite feeling? Having to do a pelvic ultrasound on a super full bladder and not being allowed to pee. If you know, you know. My cat's playing with his toy. Favorite music? I think my music taste is considered older brother, early 2000s core. I don't really know. I personally don't really let my music taste into a box. I just like what I like. What is your favorite cake flavor? I'm definitely a cheesecake guy. Any cheesecake. Strawberry, plain. Not really plain. Strawberry. I like fruit cheesecakes. Who's your favorite singer/band? Breaking Benjamin and Seether are my top two, I would say. Did getting snake bites hurt? Honestly, not really. I got them both in one session. My left one didn't hurt at all. After my adrenaline rush was over though, my right one felt like a really gnarly pinch, but I wouldn't say it hurt. No tears were shed. I would say my flat is still my worst piercing by far. Why do you restart your channel so much? The short answer is that I just want to be happy with the content I'm making, and it's taken me a long time to get to this point. Do you plan on being more active here? We don't see you often. I really hope to be. We do have to keep in mind that I am a senior in high school, and I plan to pursue healthcare afterwards, so it depends on how much free time I have. What's your favorite snack on road trips? Can never go wrong with a Monster Zero Ultra and a Jack Link's beef and cheese stick. What are your plans for summer? This just shows that it's taken me a really long time to answer this, but
prime time. You know what? Early 20s. I was really inquisitive. I feel that I'm still in my prime. I'm not in my prime.
I did spend a month in Missouri, and I went to DC and Virginia. Well, Virginia and DC. And then my stepdad's car blew up. So I would say I had a pretty interesting summer. What's your most used emoji? The crying emoji. Let's say, hypothetically, a double-decker bus crashes into us. What would your reaction be to that? I would say, the pleasure, the privilege even, is mine. What happened to the other girl you post with? Assuming you're talking about Jocelyn, we had a falling out about a year or two ago. Please don't hate me if I butcher this, but are you Etherean/furry? I wouldn't consider myself Etherean, but I dabble in dressing up and having some whimsy in my soul. Why are you so cringe? I'm cringe because I don't believe in cringe culture. No matter what you do in life, you'll always ruffle someone's feathers, so why not do it while being your most authentic self? What do you want to be remembered for? This is such a loaded question, and I love it. As simple of an answer as it may be, I want to be remembered for my compassion. I want to be remembered as the guy who loved everyone no matter race, orientation, religion, gender, identity, or anything. I want to be remembered as the guy who would fight tooth and nail for what he believed in and for those he loved, which is everyone. I want to be remembered as the guy that received crossfire bullying for loving and caring for anyone who was different, because I never cared about harsh words, but I knew how it felt to receive them alone. I want to be remembered as the guy that had the biggest heart, even if he looked scary. Bats or Colin Walsh? I know this wasn't for this Q&A, but I wanted to use it as an excuse to show off how close I got to be to Colin Walsh from Grayscale. Thank you a million times over, Theo. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully starting in a pediatric ER and living with my partner. Why are you restarting? I've spent a lot of my formative years on my old channel, so it has genuinely seen the worst parts of me and my darkest moments. I love creating and making content, and I wanted a fresh place to do so. What videos do you plan on making? I've never really had a niche, but you can expect vlogs, commentary videos, gaming, challenges, and a few art-related videos here and there. Anything that will meet your spooky needs. I jack off all trades, or whatever that saying is. Do you have a schedule set? Like I said before, I'm still in school, so don't hold me to it, because I'm not even sure I can. But in an ideal world, I would love to post every Friday. What are your biggest pet peeves? It absolutely bothers me to my core when people are loud or annoying when they know others are sleeping. I'm hard of hearing, and I try my hardest to make little to no noise or talk as softly as I can when I know people are asleep. I just find it rude, honestly. I also can't stand people who are mean to animals and children. I don't like mean people in general, but it takes a different kind of person to be cruel to the most innocent forms of life, in my opinion. What is your golden rule? Embarrassment is temporary. Authenticity is forever. Okay, I believe that is everything. Thank you so much to everyone who asked me a question. If you made it this far, maybe consider subscribing and giving this video a like. Thank you for everything. I'll see you in the next one.